Hey guys, what is up, it's Ghost here, and today we are going to be talking about games that we have regretted not playing. So these are the games that we have really had the chance to play, I guess, but regret never actually playing them. And these are one game per series, I believe, or I think maybe if you wanted to, you could include a specific game. But so yeah, that's pretty much the what's going to happen. So should we go over to Oscar, going ahead and give some of your games, or at least one of your games that you have regretted playing?
Yeah. Are we going?
Not playing.
Are we going like one and then go like the first
just go
game
round.
and go
Yeah,
round?
one
Okay.
each. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one I've got on my list. It's BioShock. Actually, BioShock 1 and 2. I never actually played either of those games. I played BioShock Infinite, well, half of it anyway, when it was free with PS Plus. I think it was earlier 2014. It was like February 2014, I think. But
Why don't you play half of it?
because I ended up like having to go back to the PS3, and it's kind of annoying.
Oh.
So yeah, BioShock Infinite I kind of played. Never actually. I know how it ends and stuff, so it's kind of okay. But BioShock 1 and 2, I
You literally spoil everything for yourself, or what?
of course
You
not.
knew how Breaking Bad would end. You know how BioShock will end. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Jesus.
So
Oh,
yeah.
you have no explanation for that. You just look it up.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, to be fair. Like I
What?
can't
Me
ever
neither.
spoil things.
What do you mean? What are you on about? Oh, you mean you can't look at like endings
For
of
my
games and stuff?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
to do it.
I don't know. If I really can't be bothered to play it myself, I will just literally read it on Wikipedia or something. Because I don't have anything else.
But that's like saying you've played a game, but really you've watched a Let's Play of it or something like that.
Well, yeah, I know
It's the
that. I
same
get
thing.
that idea, but like I played half of it, and then I got like, having to get like Robin was the same. Like he wanted to go on The Last of Us or something, or whatever he wanted to do on the PS3, and he felt like he had to go back in like to the 80s or something. Like it's that kind of leap from PS4 to PS3, and how sluggish the PS3 is. BioShock Infinite's not a bad game. It's just that in terms of having to go back to the PS3 for just playing one game that you really liked, I mean, I felt like that's
No, I get that, but didn't you say that you know the BioShock 1 ending already?
No, I don't know what the BioShock.
Oh,
I don't know how BioShock
Infinite.
1 and BioShock 2 ends. BioShock Infinite, I know how it ends, but I don't know how BioShock 1
Okay,
and 2
that's
ends.
fine.
Okay.
No, but
That's fair
BioShock Infinite, I know how that ends because obviously I played half of it and I knew kind of. Although it's still confusing anyway, let's be honest. But
Oh, it's really confusing. Yeah.
yeah, but BioShock 1 and 2, no, I have no idea how they end actually. I know that obviously BioShock. Well, I don't know about BioShock 2, but I know BioShock 1 takes place in Rapture. Is BioShock 2 the same, or is that different?
Yeah, same Rapture as well.
Yeah, it's Rapture. So I that's pretty much all I know really. And there's that kind of like child, and there's like the protector thing. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I literally have no idea. That's my point. I've never played it, so I wouldn't know, would I?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know BioShock is a really good game, or series anyway. But yeah, I probably might play them once at one point, but at the moment it's on PS3, so I feel like I have to kind of go back again, as I said. But
Or you could get a really powerful PC and join the PC master race.
oh yeah, of course, that's what I want to do all the time. But yeah, Ghost, go ahead with your first game.
Okay. My first game is actually Assassin's Creed, which may surprise you, considering the sort of games I like, because I like a lot of action games, and I recently played Shadow of Mordor and actually got my first taste of a sort of Assassin's Creed style of I guess parkour, I guess you can call it. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
because
else
to
meant
clarify,
call
you
it.
haven't played any Assassin's Creed, right?
No, not one.
Yeah.
To give my honest opinion, it's actually because my sister is a little bit older than me, played the Assassin's Creed games very much, and very much enjoyed them, and she actually pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 3, I think, like the collector's edition, and it ended up being really bad, but she has had the much bigger and better experience with Assassin's Creed, and I guess it's partly because we're very picky about what games we both like to play. Like we don't like to share our games. That's just this brother-sister thing. But it's partly that, but it's partly also it's never really attracted me. I mean, I've never really been interested in the idea of just an assassin, and the Templars, and the combat system never interested me either. I guess I would have played it at some point, like in the last few years, because I've tried to vary my choice of games much more in the last few years. I definitely would have played some more Assassin's Creed games had it been for them getting a little bit better or staying as good as they were since 2. But unfortunately, as we have seen with Unity and arguably with Black Flag, not really with Black Flag, but
That was amazing.
yeah, yeah, but it didn't do anything different.
Yeah, true.
So when we look at the games since Assassin's Creed 2, they've gotten worse, and I don't want to play a game series unless it's the best game of that series. So to do that, I'd have to go back and play 2, which, you know, there's nothing stopping me, but it's not something I really have the urge to do, and not really something I see myself doing in the future. So yeah, go ahead, Robin.
So the first one that I wrote down is a PC game, and of course I'm not really a PC gamer. I play on it for a few, a couple of games like Hearthstone and Counter-Strike, but in itself I don't really play any games on the PC, and this is pretty much considered to be one of the best games of all time, and it is actually, now that I think of it, is it actually exclusive to the PC? I don't really know, but I wrote down Half-Life. I haven't played any of the Half-Life games.
It's not exclusive to the PC.
Yeah, I just thought that, because it came with the orange box, right? It came
yeah.
But no, but I just like it is still seen as a real PC game, I think. But
Definitely.
yeah, I mean they always say how it's a first-person shooter that is really about the it's single player only, right? It's really about storytelling and stuff, and it's supposed to be really good at that. But for some reason, I just never got around to playing it. I might at some point, because I also wouldn't go back to the PS3 to play something like that. But if at some point maybe I'm like, yeah, I'm playing more on the PC again, and if I do end up like maybe wanting to play more games on the PC, then I would probably try Half-Life at some point, because I heard especially Half-Life 2 is a really good game. So yeah, that's the first one on my list. So Oscar, you can go ahead with your second pick.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what he's saying there. I don't know. There's Robin just like dying in the background. It's quite funny actually. But yeah, so I've picked Red Dead Redemption as my second game, which I haven't played.
Idiot.
Yeah, well, okay, sure. So yeah, Red Dead. So I never actually played this. Mainly, I think because it was the same kind of time. Well, was it 2010 it came out? I'm not actually sure. But,
Yeah, 2010. Yeah.
Again at that point I was what 11 maybe?
5?
Yep. Yeah, 5. I'm trying to work out 2010. It's 2015 now. I think it would have been 11. I'm not sure though. My maths is not very good. So as you probably well know. So I mean, Red Dead was pretty much a game which was it was a sandbox game. It was very similar to what GTA was, just in a very Western setting. And it was probably, I don't know if it's considered better than GTA. Some people might say it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, like Robin would say it's probably better than GTA, but stuff like Metacritic say it's like not as good as GTA 4, for example. But as a sandbox game, it's probably very, very good. I've never actually played it, as I said. I never really know. I know what it is. I don't know really the story. I know the story is actually better than the GTA games. But it's in terms of like a game which I would probably go back to. It is one of those games which looks like a very interesting game in terms of just the combat is quite good as well. I think I've seen. Well, I know Robin's like put some gameplay on it when he was talking over some video he did a few months back. I remember watching it and thinking, yeah, it looks pretty good actually. But would I actually go back to play it? Well, maybe I would. But again, it's like Bioshock Infinite. Do you feel like you can actually go back to the PS3 in that way?
Yeah.
Well, it feels old, and especially a game that came out 5 years ago now. It's probably would feel quite old.
I agree, like especially having played the game back in 2010 when it came out. Like I went back to it for a bit, and I don't know, like the graphics look absolutely terrible right now, which is really weird because back in the day I used to really think the game not just looked really great, but also, I mean, it was especially so groundbreaking because in its kind of like genre, yeah, the storytelling was really good and the characters and stuff, and really a Wild Western setting. Like nobody expected anything that amazing from it, and in the end it just really ended up surprising everybody so much, which is why I think that game was such a milestone. But yeah, I guess Ghost can go ahead.
Thank you very much. So
I'm doing these things very subtly.
Yep, very suddenly. Touching on what Oscar said about Red Dead, I actually was going to put that on my list, but before the video we discussed it and didn't really want to cross over the games. But I haven't either. I haven't played Red Dead either, unfortunately, for pretty similar reasons to Oscar. I mean, I was pretty young when it came out, so it wasn't really something that attracted me. But also touching on what Robin said about Half-Life, I've actually started playing Half-Life 2 on my PC recently, and it's such an impressive game considering it came out in 2004, and it is so impressive. You know what Oscar was saying about aged games, also Robin touched on it, but how you go back on aged games and they look so aged, and it shows. But with Half-Life, I mean, as long as you're playing on a not terrible PC, as long as you're playing on max settings, you can tell it came out in 2004, but it's not a problem. You know, you can play it and you can enjoy the experience without looking at the graphics and going, oh, this is not very fun to play because of the graphics. I mean, I can definitely say, you look at games like H1Z1 or DayZ, those sorts of games where the graphics on those are, to me, very unimpressive. And you go to Half-Life, which is a game that came out, let's remember this, a game that came out 11 years ago. It's so impressive from that point of view. The gameplay elements of it are also very good, and the storytelling, for me, well, I'm only at the start of it, but it's very slow at the moment, but it probably does get better. So from that point of view, I just needed to say that about Half-Life. But my next game that I haven't actually, my next game series I haven't played is Mass Effect, and this is another game. I seem to be blaming my sister a lot in this video, but this is another game that my sister was very interested in. And yeah, she played this a lot, and I never was very interested in it. I'm not interested in sci-fi stuff at all, as far as that's concerned. So yeah, there's not really much reason for Mass Effect. I've never been interested in it, but again, something I may get more interested in if a sequel releases, possibly. So yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just got distracted. I heard something in the background. What was that? No, what was that?
Yeah, so did I, and I just continued. I was like,
oh, it was my printer. It was the printer. I'd lifted the thing. I was like kind of just playing around with stuff, not in that way. And I was just like and I ended up just lifting the printer up, and it kept like resetting its shit, so it was making a noise in the background. So
you're always so focused on these videos. It's great, Oscar. Thanks.
Yes,
yeah,
yes I am.
Yeah.
Dropping headsets, walking around the loft, that kind of thing.
Lifting up printers and stuff.
Lifting up printers, yeah.
My final game is Fallout. I have not played any of the Fallout games, and especially now with everybody asking for Fallout 4, I just once again got reminded how I have not played any of these games. And so, yeah, you know what the thing is? Like, Fallout is made by the same creators as Skyrim, and I did actually not really like Skyrim. And yeah, that's also one of these milestones people seem to think it is, that I in the end didn't really end up enjoying that much. And so Fallout, I think I might actually like that one a bit more, because it's more like a first-person shooter as well, right? And it has small kind of like RPG elements to it, but it's not like a full-blown first-person RPG. No, it still has, you still play with guns and stuff. And I don't know. In the end, I think it would appeal a bit more to me. But when I got my PlayStation 3, the game had already come out, Fallout 3, and I never got around to just playing it, and therefore wasn't really caught, really in the hype at that point. So yeah, because of that, that is pretty much the reason why I have not played any of the Fallout games yet. But probably when the Fallout 4 comes out, I will play that. So yeah, I think we've pretty much had them all, right? Ghost, you do the outro.
Please go ahead and tell us what you all think in the comment section below, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we hope you all have a fantastic day.
That exactly, basically.